This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Another story from the holidays, of course. Had a great holiday with the family. Spent a lot of time with my sister and her two young girls. They're 6 and 3, and I have a 9-year-old daughter. And we're in Queensland, so there's a bit of road tripping stuff going on. And the idea of road trips, I mean, they're so fun.
You put a bit of John Farnham on and you just hit that open road.
I don't think you put John Farnham on. We did a lot of Taylor Swift.
Okay. Modern day John Farnham.
What else did we do?
Any podcasts, Kate? Did you put any? Could we?
We listened to a bit of Audible.
Yeah,
of
sure.
course.
Hugh Van Cuylenberg's book.
Well, actually, yes.
I love
Funny
that.
you should say that because I did listen to that. What else did we do? There was the thing is, when you've got little kids in the car, there's a lot of hitting each other, screaming at each other.
Bit of I Spy. Couple of the classic games.
No, we didn't play I Spy. I did do if you can spot 6 cars between here and the restaurant, I will give you $5.
Fun.
Oh, wow, that is an
where
amazing.
were you in Queensland?
Could we use that game in 2024 on the show?
Oh my God. What a blast.
I was going to bring it to the meeting that I did from the beach that day, but I thought I'd save it for the office when I had you all in front of me.
My God, it sounds like fun.
Coming up next week, if you spot 6 cars, you can take home $5.
You know what the most embarrassing thing is when you're super excited about a game like that and you think you've hit the jackpot. These guys are going to be into it and everyone says, I don't want to play.
I know that feeling. I've worked on this show for 13 years. I know that feeling.
Okay, well, I just want to talk about horror car trips because I'm sure, regardless of what you did over the holidays, you had one at some point over the last 6 weeks. Get involved if you want to, 13 24 10. This has to be right up there with the most horrific I've ever had. We were in the car. My daughter has been suffering from a bit of travel sickness of late. We spent a lot of time in the car, so there was always that preemptive conversation before we would get in. How long's the car trip going to be, Mum? Is it going to be a windy road? All of that, all of that stuff.
Where's my iPad?
Well, we didn't take the iPads on holidays.
Good work, Kate. Great work.
Banned the
well
holidays.
Done.
You know what? You are going to pay. You are going to find 6 red cards if it kills me.
Fun.
There are no iPads. So we've got 3 kids along the back seat. My sister and I in the front. And I'm thinking May's going to have a little vomit at some point. And we're going the windy road because we were actually going from, I don't know if you know, a place called Byron Bay. So we were travelling from Byron Bay to a restaurant that was kind of out of town, up in the hinterland a bit. And it's a bit windy.
Harvest,
No, the Hut.
The Hut,
Have you
beautiful
been there?
restaurant.
An old school, schoolyard.
Yep.
School building. It's
barbecue
beautiful.
Prawns are sensational. Get on with the story.
Well, you're telling me about what you ate.
Yeah, I know.
Or just let her go, mate.
Anyway, the little child that I had to scare with the police siren, I told you about that story earlier in the week. I guess she decided just to feign sleep so that she didn't have to count the cars. Yeah. And we were so happy that she was having a snooze on the way to the restaurant. Maybe we'll get to enjoy lunch. And we were talking about that, and all of a sudden, she's doing projectile Oreo vomiting in the car seat. And I bless her little...
Really. No cotton socks here. That's a spew in the car.
There's a
Kids
spew
freak
in
out.
the car. But she didn't.
Yeah.
The 2 other children, including her older sister, Isla, who's 6, they were freaking out because, of course, it's the most disgusting thing they've ever seen. Oh my God.
Oreos?
Because I was looking at it and I said to my sister, did she have Milo this morning or something? Because she had a brand new dress that I'd bought her for Christmas and she was so proud of wearing it. So the first one was projectile and then the rest were just the like the burping down the front
Yummy.
kind of
Yeah, the
thing.
yummy ones.
The middle child, my other niece, is screaming. And then...
Oh, you're about to have a spew. Is it like a chain reaction? Because everyone does in the car. They get crook themselves when they smell it and they can see it and it's...
Yeah, well, I'm fine with it, like spew and poo and all, like it doesn't...
Classic, day in, day out.
Just the classic things that come out of all orifices.
That was a Channel 7 Christmas party, wasn't it? I mean, you've seen it all before.
That wasn't the Christmas party. That was the upfronts. Anyway, we have a domino effect of vomiting.
No way.
Yeah, a domino effect of vomiting in the back seat, and look, I know my daughter's having a little spew, but it wasn't the first one of the holidays, and I know it sounds awful, but sometimes I think that a spew is a bit like seeing someone fall over. You want to have it cleaned up.
Yeah.
To start with, I was glad it wasn't my child vomiting, but it's also a bit like it's kind of fun.
It is.
So how many did you have on the back seat spewing? 3 in the end?
No, only 2.
Only two. One to go. We've got more windy roads.
2 vomiters and 1 screamer in the middle.
Wow.
My old man would keep driving. He would go, someone open the door, get him out, and Dad pushed me out of the car once while the car was still going.
When you were spewing?
While I was vomiting. Because as a child, you freak out as well. You start crying and vomiting at the same time.
Someone pass him a bag.
Which is what Tom does at 9 a.m. most mornings as well after the show.
The only spew and poo parts. The only feedback we get on the show. If you got a worse car ride than that, get involved.
Shay from Castle Ray, and I'm thinking apparently she has a horrific car story she's going to share with us. Are you there, Shay?
Morning.
What happened, Shay?
So I hadn't seen my sister in 5 years, and she was driving up from Victoria and stopped at Sutton Forest Twin Servos. And while she was going to pay for fuel, she got carjacked.
What?
My nieces were in the back of the car. They quickly jumped out and they took off in her car.
Oh, so the kids did get out, Shay, because sometimes they'll stop a couple of kilometres up the road and get the kids out.
No, no, not this time. My nieces jumped out of the car because they were obviously scared. And then, they drove off in a car.
Did you say this is Sutton Forest?
Yeah.
In Southern
Twin
Highlands?
Servos there on the way up.
Shay, I wouldn't have thought that happens much in Australia.
I didn't think so either.
Although, you know what, I drove from Melbourne to Sydney on the holidays, and at one servo I pulled into, it was a busy servo, they had security. And I just assumed the security guard, and he was overlooking the petrol bowsers in the station. I just assumed he was keeping an eye on people filling up and driving off.
Yeah.
And
No,
was
I
he?
think it'd be that as well.
But
Where other people would get carjacked.
maybe this is a thing, Shay, that we didn't
Or
actually
it's-
realise was an issue.
I think he settles people down when they find out the price of water.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yes.
I was trying to work out why they were fighting. Shay, thanks for your call. That's scary. Johnny in Forestville, hello.
Hello, how are you going?
Horror car
I've got
trip.
a spew story that I think is worse than all other spew stories.
Great,
John.
take it away.
John.
We had many incidences with the kids spewing in the car when they were little, but a few years later when the kids were about 12 or so, my wife was sitting in the front of the car and she wasn't feeling so good, and she spewed out the front window, and the kids were sitting in the back and had the window open, and the spew came back through the back window onto the kids, and they were like, "That's okay, Mum. We've spewed on you so many times. We don't mind."
That is a beautiful family, John. That is a beautiful family. Because if you can love each other, and you know what, that's happened with Dad. You know, when Dad was driving before, he would spit outside the car sometimes, and you'd be in the back seat, and you'd get the back spray.
That is
But Johnny, your wife in the front seat there, Mum, she shouldn't have had a dozen black rats. She shouldn't have been on the bourbon and colas, the bundies and colas.
That is a beauty. Bernadette's
God.
giving us a call from the Central Coast. What happened on your road trip, Bernadette?
So a couple of years ago, pre-kids, a group of friends were travelling from main area Bali to one of the rural towns, mountains, going whitewater rafting. And on the way back, one of our friends must have obtained barley belly in between and had chronic diarrhea. So it was the most unpleasant trip back from a great day out, whitewater rafting.
Funny that.
Back to our hotel.
You know
In the
what?
car,
If you only
diarrhea.
get diarrhea in Bali, you've had a win.
I know.
Yeah.
What happened?
Because
What do you do?
Could they couldn't pull over Bernadette. She just had to go for it in the back.
Well, it was a male, so we did pull over eventually after it already started, but it was just like we had to get back, and it was like, we don't have wipes on us, no children, no.
Can you imagine the first time it
What a
like it happens?
horrible feeling.
Because you'd be sitting there. Not that I have experience
No,
with
you
this
wouldn't
kind of
if you've
stuff.
never done that.
But sitting on the back seat going, oh
my God.
no.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Like that first second of feeling.
And the first one's
first
like,
gargle.
is that sweat? Oh, no,
it's not. It couldn't be. It's not coming out there, is it?
I think we got a similar review on our podcast.
We got 3 squirts. Someone gave it 3 squirts. You little beauty.
Fits in Whipper with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, download the Nova Player via the App Store or Google Play.
The Nova Player.